took the music.
You know, funny how that works. Funny how that works, right?
I'm gonna have to go over this music again. Put a load in that now for everyone. Earl of Oxford. Into. No repeats. One. that?
Tommy, will you have space to bring these trucks and drive you back to the other side of campus after this?
All right, let's try it. See what happens. Ready? Starts with you. It's all you. Ready? Hit 4. 3.
got my Corolla's got 2,000 miles.
Hmm?
Yeah, let's see, not putting as many miles on it now, so all the cars that go on the right direction, they start having whatever the original buffer system, clutch system. Even if you do brakes before. Five speed. Good morning. The invocation will be offered by Reverend Merritt Graves, Chaplain of Francis Marion University.
Let us pray. To you, our Maker and our Keeper, we pause to give thanks. For every blessing that you have bestowed upon us, we are grateful. Today, once again, you're allowing this institution to celebrate fulfilling its mission through these candidates for graduation, and we say thank you. For these families and loved ones who have been strong towers of support for these candidates throughout their matriculation, we say thank you. For each individual receiving a degree today that you've allowed to see the fruits of their labors, we give thanks. We give thanks for the support staff, instructors, and the administration of this university for creating an environment that is conducive for learning. We pray that you continue to be with us all, but especially these graduates who are moving into a new phase of their lives, and as they go out into a world that can sometimes be cold and callous. But remind them that through you, all things are still possible. And just as you've brought them thus far, you're able to carry them farther. Please grant these petitions is our prayer today. Amen.
Was our battle and how justice was denied. Make them hear you, make them hear you.
And say to those who blame us for the way we chose to fight, that sometimes there are battles which are more than black or white. And I could not put down my sword when justice was my right. Make them hear you, make them hear you. Go out and tell our story to your daughters and your sons. Make them hear you, make them hear you.
And tell them in our struggle we were not the only ones.
Make them hear you, make them hear you. Your sword can be a sermon or the power of the pen. Teach every child to raise his voice, and then, my brothers, then will justice be demanded by 10 million righteous men. Make them hear you. When they hear you, I'll be near you again.
Before we begin, I would like to call your attention to the commencement ceremony etiquette requests listed in your program, and to remind everyone that if you leave the ceremony while it is in progress, please exit by the northwest entrance, and remember, you will not be allowed to return. Also, once the degrees have been awarded, the audience will please remain seated until all the graduates have recessed. Thank you for your cooperation. Welcome to our spring commencement. The academic procession was led by the bearer of the faculty mace. The faculty mace leads the academic procession at commencement and on other special ceremony ceremonial occasions. The mace is carried by a distinguished senior member of the faculty. With us this morning, we have some special guests whom I wish to recognise at this time. First, I would like to present the First Lady of FMU, Mrs. Folly Carter. Mrs. Carter, would you please stand? Also seated with Mrs. Carter are members of the Peeler family, members of the Anderson family, members of the Hester family, and spouses and guests of the platform party. As most of us are aware, the Board of Trustees for Francis Marion University is made up of men and women from throughout the state who give of their time generously and without compensation. It is our pleasure to welcome some of those members to the commencement platform today. I shall ask each to stand when introduced and to remain standing until all have been presented. Chair of the Board of Trustees, Kenneth W. Jackson, Class of '84, Florence. Trustee Jody Bryson, Greenville. Trustee William W. Coleman, Jr., Class of '71, Florence. Trustee H. Paul Dove, Jr., Winnsboro. Trustee H. Randall Dozier, Class of '77, Murrells Inlet. Trustee Benjamin Duncan II, Columbia. Trustee L. Frank Elmore, Class of '73, Greenville. Trustee R. Tracy Freeman, Class of '92, North Augusta. Trustee William Edward Gunn, Columbia. Trustee Stephen N. Jones, Class of '88, Hartsville. Trustee Floyd L. Keels, 2012 Honorary Doctor of Humanities degree recipient, Lake City. Trustee Robert E. Lee, Class of '87, Marion. Trustee George C. McIntyre, Class of '78, Bennettsville. Trustee Mark S. Moore, Mount Pleasant. Trustee Dr. J. Kevin O'Kelly, Florence. Also seated with us this morning is Board Member Emeritus, the Honourable Hugh K. Leatherman Sr., Member of the South Carolina Senate, and 1987 Honorary Doctor of Humanities degree recipient. Thank you, and we appreciate you taking this time to be with us today. The administrative officers comprised of the vice presidents are also seated on stage, and I shall ask each to stand when introduced. Mr. Darrell L. Bridges, Vice President for Development and Executive Director of the FMU Foundation. Mrs. Teresa J. Ramey, Vice President for Student Affairs. Dr. Charlene Wages, Vice President for Administration. Also seated on stage, and I shall ask each to stand when introduced, Mr. A. Glenn Gawley, Chair of the Faculty and Professor of Theatre Arts. Dr. Tracy Meets Holcomb, Dean of the School of Education and Professor of Education. Mrs. Joyce M. Durant, Dean and Professor of the Rogers Library. Dr. Christopher M. Kennedy, Associate Provost, Director of Graduate Programs and Professor of History. Dr. Hari Rajagopalan, Dean of the School of Business and Professor of Management. Dr. T. Alyssa Waters, Associate Provost for Enrollment Management and Professor of Political Science. Dr. William P. Waddles, Chair of the Department of Psychology and Professor of Psychology. Dr. Ruth A. Whitman Price, Dean of the School of Health Sciences and Professor of Nursing. And now it is my privilege to present the my privilege to present the President of Francis Marion University, Luther F. Carter.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Provost. Well, good morning. Welcome to Commencement, the most joyous event on this university's calendar. What a marvelous spring morning it is to celebrate our new graduates on the most beautiful campus in the state of South Carolina. As for our graduates, well, guys, here you are. You can kind of pinch yourself. It's the end of a long journey. It's time to recognize this stage in the completion of your education. And let me remind you, unlike many things in your life, this degree, once earned, can never be taken away or lost. In our society, this degree will define you, not only as a person who has acquired an education, but as one who will continue to value intellectual development throughout your life. I hope so. That's the true value of higher education. So let me begin with a few words about this year's graduating class. This morning there will be 347 graduating, 335 undergraduates and 12 graduate students. Among the undergraduates, 85 will graduate with Latin honors and 12 with university honors. That's 97 honor graduates among 347 graduates. The average age of this class is 24 years old, one of the younger classes in the last decade or so. Young and brilliant. It doesn't get any better than that, unless, of course, it's older and wiser, as your parents might argue, but that's a discussion for another day, like tomorrow morning. Every graduation, I'm delighted that the large number of in-state students that we graduate, and today's no exception. 94% of our graduates this morning are South Carolinians. Now, occasionally comments like these bear fruit. This legislative session, Senator Peeler, our commencement speaker, assumed chairmanship of the Senate Education Committee. And he immediately proceeded to allocate new operating dollars to our state universities on the basis of their in-state enrollment. Their in-state enrollment, mind you, not the total enrollment, which has been the practice for the past few years. The senator's action was both judicious and courageous, because there were a fair number of larger sister schools who were very opposed to this. But you know, my friends, for a school such as ours, which has faithfully fulfilled the state mandate under which we were created in 1970, this will mean millions of additional operating dollars in the decades ahead. So, Senator Peeler, we're all deeply appreciative to you for having roots firmly planted in South Carolina soil and for understanding the importance of educating this state's sons and daughters. Of course, our own Senator, Hugh Leatherman, chair of the Senate Finance Committee and President pro tempore, supported Senator Peeler throughout this process, but that's not unusual. The two of them have been seatmates and close friends in the Senate for the past 37 years. And in just a few minutes, Senator Peeler will join Senator Leatherman, Ms. Anderson, Dr. Hester, as alumni of this fine institution, along with 347 of my friends sitting in front of me. Now, let me remind you that much of this success celebrated today comes about as a result of the wisdom and knowledge of our university faculty, the esteemed professoriate. They planned, developed, and taught the curricula that educated you. They have also nurtured and cultivated your scholarly growth and accomplishment. And you sit here today in large part as a result of their advocacy, their tutelage, and their mentoring. Please remember this: no one in this room takes more pride in your accomplishments this morning than the men and women on this faculty. But today marks the final graduation ceremony for 6 members of this faculty prior to their formal retirement. 4 of them are with us this morning, and I would ask each of them to stand and be recognized as I read their names. Please hold your applause until all have been recognized. Dr. Eddie Harding, Professor of Modern Languages, 30 years of service. Dr. Linda Jacobs, Professor of English, 30 years of service. Dr. Stephen Taylor, Professor of Education, 27 years of service. Dr. Chuck Carpenter, Professor of Education, Professor of Accounting, 13 years of service. 2 faculty members are not in attendance this morning. Dr. Ed Eliezer, Professor of English, 31 years of service, and Professor Janie Brandis, Assistant Professor of Education, 13 years of service. Ladies and gentlemen, my 6 colleagues have a combined 144 years of teaching, research, and service at this university, all dedicated, all devoted to the education of your students. Would you join me in thanking them? Thank you.
And now we have the presentation of an award established by the Francis Marion University Foundation, the William H. Blackwell Award. This award is named for the co-founder and first chairman of the foundation. The Blackwell Award is awarded to member or members of the graduating class who have achieved the highest academic average among the students in the fall and spring graduating classes. This year, there are 5 recipients. To present the Blackwell Awards, it is my pleasure to call upon Mr. Timothy F. Norwood, Sr., Chair of the FMU Foundation. Mr. Norwood.
The Blackwell Award recipients, join me on stage, please. Good morning. It is my pleasure on behalf of the Francis Marion University Foundation to award the William H. Blackwell Awards. The William H. Blackwell Award, named in memory of the founding chairman of the Francis Marion University Education Foundation, is given by the foundation to the students who exemplify excellence in scholarship and who have attained in all academic work the highest academic achievement among those receiving the baccalaureate degree. Although all the baccalaureate degree recipients during the year are eligible for consideration, this award is presented at the spring commencement ceremony for the 2017-18 year. This award is presented to William Chandler Huntley, Emily Brooke Lavender, Melina Emily Much, Shelley Elizabeth Smith, and Emily Ella Wachter. Mr. William Chandler Huntley could not be with us today, but he graduated in 2014 from Florence Christian School in Florence, South Carolina. At Francis Marion University, he majored in political science and minored in economics. Mr. Huntley was a member of Pi Sigma Alpha, College Republicans, and the FMU Honors Program. He was also a recipient of the Scholastic Achievement Award, the Eileen L. Kirkley Talon Political Science Award, and the Florence Kiwanis Club Scholarship, and the PD Claims Adjuster Scholarship. Upon graduation in December 2017, Mr. Huntley traveled to Big Sky, Montana to work the winter season at Big Sky Resort. Our next recipient is Ms. Emily Brooke Lavender. She's a native of Hartsville, South Carolina, and graduated from Hartsville High School in 2014. At Francis Marion University, Ms. Lavender majored in early childhood education and was the recipient of the Scholastic Achievement Award and the Thomas W. Sills Memorial Award in early childhood education. She served as a member of the Phi Kappa Phi, Kappa Delta Pi, and Zeta Tau Alpha. As a South Carolina teaching fellow, Ms. Lavender also provided service to children in local schools. Upon graduation from Francis Marion University in December 2017, Ms. Lavender began teaching 4-year-old kindergarten at the Lake City Early Childhood Center. Ms. Lavender. Miss Melina Emily Much graduated from Valley Center High School in Valley Center, California in 2014. At Francis Marion University, she double majored in political science and economics and earned the Eileen L. Kirkley Talent Political Science Award, the Economics Award, the Scholastic Achievement Award, the Phi Kappa Phi Award, the Dwayne P. Myers Honors Award, and the Jesse A. Coles Public Service Award. Ms. Much was a member of the Phi Kappa Phi and other honor societies. She served on the Student Athlete Advisory Council and as a head delegate for the FMU Model United Nations delegation. Upon graduation, Ms. Much would be pursuing a doctorate in political behavior at the University of California, Irvine, where she has earned a provost fellowship and will be a Podlich Research Fellow at the Center of the Study of Democracy. Miss Shelley Elizabeth Smith is a native of Pamplico, South Carolina, and graduated from Hannah Pamplico High School in 2014. At Francis Marion University, Miss Smith majored in elementary education and was a recipient of the Scholastic Achievement Award and the James Potterfield Award for Elementary Education. She served as a member of Phi Kappa Phi, Kappa Delta Pi, and the FMU Distinguished Professor Selection Committee. As a South Carolina teaching fellow, Ms. Smith also assisted with Teacher Cadet Day and provided extensive service in local schools. Upon graduation from Francis Marion University in December 2017, Ms. Smith began teaching grades 1 through 4 at McLaurin Elementary School in Florence, South Carolina. Miss Emily Ella Wachter is a native of Sumter, South Carolina, and graduated from Lawrence Manning Academy in 2015. At Francis Marion University, Ms. Wachter has majored in English, liberal arts, and earned collaterals in Spanish and political science. She was a recipient of the Scholastic Achievement Award and the English Award. Ms. Wachter served as president of Sigma Tau Delta, staff writer and management editor of the Patriots student newspaper, and staff member for Snow Island Review Literary Journal. She was also a member of Phi Kappa Phi, Omicron Delta Kappa, and the Honors Program. While a student, Ms. Wachter also participated in the Keats-Sheely Association of American Symposium in New York City. Upon graduation, Ms. Wachter intends to teach and attend graduate school in English with a specialization in British Romanticism. Here we go. It is in recognition of your outstanding academic record and the example in which you inspire that Francis Marion University presents to each of you the William H. Blackwell Award.
A second award, established by the Francis Marion University Foundation, is an award that is held in high esteem by the academic community of this university. Soon after the Francis Marion University Foundation was established in 1974, it initiated the Distinguished Professor Award to be presented annually to an outstanding member of the faculty, as selected by a representative group of students and faculty. It is again my pleasure to call upon Mr. Norwood.
like to ask that Dr. Ruth Ann Whitman Price join me. The Distinguished Professor Award for 2017-2018 is presented to a faculty member in recognition of her excellence in teaching, scholarship, and service. This year's recipient of the award has made many contributions to Francis Marion University, in and out of the classroom. The recipient has been active in each of the areas of teaching, scholarship, and service, and has been recognized for such activity by the university and by professional organizations. This year's recipient joined the faculty of Francis Marion University in 2010, and their energy and work ethic have been obvious to all since that time. The 2017-2018 Distinguished Professor has already been recognized by FMU with the Excellence in Research and Scholarship Award and has been named the Board of Trustees Research Scholar. In 2013, she was inducted into the National League of Nurses Academy of Nurse Educators, and in 2015, she was invited to the Fellow of the American Academy of Nursing. Since coming to Francis Marion University, she has received external grant funding from the Health and Human Services Department and other granting agencies for over $6 million to support nursing students, including those with disabilities and veterans. She earned her BSN from Felician College in New Jersey, her master's from Columbia University, and her PhD from Widener University in 2006. Therefore, in recognition of her excellence in teaching, her scholarly and professional achievements, and her dedicated service to Francis Marion University, the Distinguished Professor Award for 2017-2018 is presented to Dr. Ruth Ann Whitman Price.
It is the prerogative of the institution to propose to its governing board candidates for honorary degrees. Since the founding of Francis Marion in 1970, the university has been privileged to recognize a number of outstanding leaders through conferral of honorary degrees. Today, we have the pleasure of presenting 3 more such candidates. At this time, I shall ask that Dr. H. Randall Dozier and Mr. Floyd L. Keels, members of the Board of Trustees of Francis Marion University, to escort Mrs. Teresa C. Anderson to the front of the platform. And I shall ask that Dr. Jeanette Myers, Professor of Astronomy for Francis Marion University, come forward to assist in the ceremony. I wish to recognize Dr. Myers, who will read the citation. Dr. Myers.
On behalf of the Board of Trustees for Francis Marion University, I present Teresa C. Anderson for the honorary degree of Doctor of Humanities. It is in recognition of her many contributions to improving the fabric of community life that you are asked to award Teresa C. Anderson the honorary degree of Doctor of Humanities. Teresa C. Anderson, you have dedicated your life to helping your fellow citizens and protecting the most vulnerable members of our society. As a professional educator with specialized training in early childhood development, you have worked both inside and outside the classroom to assure that every child has an opportunity to reach their potential and realize dreams. You have served as a development therapy teacher, a parent educator, and a district-wide child development coordinator. Appointed by Governor Campbell to the Advisory Committee on the Regulation of Daycare Facilities, you work tirelessly to make certain that our youngest children will thrive in safe, supportive, and nurturing environments. As the Vice President of Patient Services at the McLeod Regional Medical Center, you have continued your work of service and advocacy. Since graduating from Francis Marion College, you have maintained a laudable commitment to the institution and its educational mission. For 9 years, you served on the university's Board of Trustees, where you played an important role during a time of unprecedented growth and improvement. You have also served as president of the Francis Marion University Alumni Association, and you established a scholarship for deserving students who would not otherwise be able to pursue a baccalaureate education. For your many accomplishments, the university conferred upon you the Outstanding Alumni Award. Teresa C. Anderson, we are all the beneficiaries of your remarkable dedication to others. It is a privilege for Francis Marion University to honor your accomplishments. Mr. President, I present Teresa C. Anderson for the degree of Doctor of Humanities.
Ms. Anderson, I confer upon you the degree Doctor of Humanities. Congratulations.
It is my pleasure to call on Mr. Kenneth W. Jackson and Dr. J. Kevin O'Kelly, members of the Board of Trustees for Francis Marion University, to escort Dr. William H. Hester to the front of the platform. And I shall ask that Dr. Deborah Hopla, Assistant Professor of Nursing for Francis Marion University, to come forward to assist in the ceremony. I wish to recognize Dr. Hopla, who will read the citation. Dr. Hopla.
On behalf of the Board of Trustees for Francis Marion University, I present Dr. William H. Hester for the honorary degree of Doctor of Humanities. It is in recognition of his many contributions to improving the fabric of our community life that you are asked to award Dr. William H. Hester the honorary degree of Doctor of Humanities. Dr. William H. Hester, through your enduring dedication to medicine and community service, you have enriched the lives of thousands of people. As a physician, you have worked tirelessly to care for the sick. Called to action during the Vietnam War, you served as a surgeon for the 18th Combat Engineer Battalion and the 937th Engineer Brigade. Returning to your native PD, you set up practice first in Timminsville and then in Florence. Continuing your lifelong commitment to education, you served as both the director of the Medical McLeod Family Medicine Residency Program and the Director of Medical Education for the McLeod Regional Medical Center. More recently, you have been appointed Assistant Dean for Medical Education and Clinical Professor of Family and Preventive Medicine for the University of South Carolina School of Medicine, Florence. Through more than a dozen published studies, you have advanced scientific knowledge and improved medical practice. As a member of many philanthropic councils and boards, you have provided opportunity for your fellow citizens and enriched the civic life of our region. Your many accomplishments have been recognized by the McLeod Health Foundation, the Medical University of South Carolina, the South Carolina Medical Association, the American Academy of Family Physicians, and the South Carolina Rural Health Association. You are a recipient of Palmetto Pride Award and our state's highest civilian honor, the Order of the Palmetto. Dr. William H. Hester, your contributions have benefited all those present and will continue to benefit future generations. It is Francis Marion University's honor to recognize your remarkable achievements. Mr. President, I present Dr. William H. Hester for the degree of Humanities.
Dr. Hester, I confer upon you the degree Doctor of Humanities. Congratulations.
It is my pleasure to call on Senator Hugh K. Leatherman, Sr. and Mr. L. Frank Elmore, members of the Board of Trustees for Francis Marion University, to escort Senator Harvey S. Peeler, Jr. to the front of the platform. And I shall ask that Mr. Timothy L. Hansen, Chair and Associate Professor of Mass Communications for Francis Marion University, to come forward to assist in the ceremony. I wish to recognize Mr. Hansen, who will read the citation. Mr. Hansen.
On behalf of the Board of Trustees for Francis Marion University, I present Harvey S. Peeler, Jr. for the honorary degree of Doctor of Humanities. It is in recognition of his many contributions to improving the fabric of community life that you are asked to award Harvey S. Peeler, Jr. the honorary degree of Doctor of Humanities. Harvey S. Peeler, Jr., you have dedicated your professional life to the people of South Carolina. Following graduation from Clemson University, you served your country honorably as a lieutenant in the United States Army. Since 1991, you have represented District 14 in the South Carolina Senate. In this capacity, you have helped create jobs, strengthen the state's economy, preserve its natural resources, and build important infrastructure. In your current role as both chair of the Education Committee and the Medical Affairs Committee, you have guided educational, medical, and health policy processes affecting millions of South Carolinians. You have also provided vital leadership for many other important committees, including the Senate Fish, Game, and Forestry Committee, the State House Committee, and the College and University Board of Trustees Screening Commission. Equally important, as Senate Majority Leader from 2005 to 2016, you have brought decorum and honor to the democratic process. Within your hometown of Gaffney, South Carolina, you continue to be a model of civic engagement through your service to the Gaffney First Baptist Church, the Masons, the Shriners, and the American Legion. Your many accomplishments have been recognized by the South Carolina Business and Industry Political Education Committee, the South Carolina School Boards Association, the South Carolina Association of Taxpayers, the South Carolina Department of Education, the South Carolina Chamber of Commerce, the Medical University of South Carolina, and Clemson University. Harvey S. Peeler, Jr., your dedication to your fellow citizen is laudable. We are all the beneficiaries of your remarkable career of service. Francis Marion University is honored to recognize your many achievements. Mr. President, I present Harvey S. Peeler, Jr. for the degree of Doctor of Humanities. Senator Peeler will also deliver the commencement address.
Mr. Chairman, I confer upon you the degree Doctor of Humanities. Congratulations.
Chairman Leatherman, First Lady of the South Carolina Senate, Jean Leatherman, Dr. Carter, and the Francis Marion University team, fellow honorees, graduates, ladies and gentlemen. Good things happen in school. Let me share one. It was the fall of 1965 at Gaffney High School. I was seated in my favorite seat in the lunchroom with my buddies at the lunchroom table. I remember what I was eating. My favorite lunchroom food, vegetable soup grilled pimento cheese sandwich, one of those peanut butter cookie brownie things, and 3 delicious cartons of Peeler's milk. My favorite day. I was sitting there talking with my buddies, and I looked up in the lunch line, and I said, who in the world is that? A buddy of mine said, she's a new girl in school. She's in my homeroom. She's only been here a couple of days. Her father is in the military, in the Army. He's served in World War II, hero in World War II, served in the military, and they've just been shipped off to Vietnam. And she's moved back to Gaffney with her mother's, to be close to her mother's family. She's a new girl at Gaffney High School. For me to leave that food and that milk meant something. I walked straight over to that girl and said, do you believe in love at first sight? She laughed in my face and said, no. Well, 3 children and 7 grandchildren later, I want you to meet that girl, my wife, Donna. People ask me, what's the secret to our successful marriage? And I said, we've had something to laugh about every day. We've laughed every day from that day to this. Now, Senator Leatherman, I feel sorry for Hugh Leatherman. I really do. He's had to sit beside me in the South Carolina State Senate for 38 years. For 38 years, he's listened to my jokes, all my stories, and endured all my peeler fits pitched for 38 years. So let that sink in, and the next few minutes won't seem so brutal. Now give me a minute to look at you. I want to look at you. It's looking into the future of South Carolina, and the future looks blessed. You are blessed. But as the Bible says, to whom much is given, much is required. When I was first elected to the Senate, I was told the 3 P's to be in order to be a successful senator. 3 P's: be present, be prepared, and be patient. Present, prepared, patient. So let me give you that same advice for life. Be present. In life, you must be present to win. Show up on time. You've got to show up to show out. Daddy said if you're early, you're on time. If you're on time, you're late. And if you're late, you're fired. Be present. Be prepared, the 2nd P. You are prepared because today's ceremony proves that. It proves that you've been prepared for life today. And the 3rd, patient. Be patient. That was my toughest P, trying to be patient. Being patient doesn't mean being lazy. It means slow down. Don't rush. Do it right the first time. If you don't have time to do it right, when are you going to have time to do it over? Do it right the first time, and let your efforts work for you. Being blessed doesn't mean being easy. While at Clemson, I had a classmate named Charlie Waters. They tell this story about Charlie. I've heard this story several times. Charlie was a great football player at Clemson, went on to play pro ball. And upon his retirement from the pros, a sportscaster asked him, Charlie, I don't remember, were you ever hurt? Did you ever get hurt? Charlie responded, I played football in junior high. I played football in high school. I played for the Clemson Tigers. He said, I went on to play for the world champion Dallas Cowboys. And I was hurt in every game. He said, but thank God I was never injured. In life, you're going to be hurt. If you play the game of life, you're going to be hurt. but don't be hurt so bad that you quit. That's when that hurt becomes an injury. You're going to be hurt, but don't quit. Because of today, your words will have a little more juice to them tomorrow. Tomorrow, you will be a college graduate. Choose your words wisely. They can encourage, they can instruct, they can heal, they can also hurt. Sticks and stones may break my bones, but words will never hurt me. Have you ever heard that saying? Sticks and stones may break my bones, but words will never hurt me. Well, that person that said that has never been cussed out by somebody from Gaffney. How many leaders do we have in the class today? How many? It may surprise you. Do you want to be a great leader? Here's what you do, male or female. Every morning, and I mean every morning, when you roll out of bed, do 12 push-ups. Not 10, not 20, but 12. One for each disciple. Make it as routine as brushing your teeth. Don't worry about the style points. You're not doing it for anyone else. You're doing it for you. It shows commitment. As you prepare, it humbles you. It gives you confidence. And while you're on your knees, you pray. Plus, your clothes will fit better. And only a few of you will do this. But I'll bet you after hearing this, I'll bet you $1 to a donut, if Fred Carter's alive in the morning, he will do 12 push-ups. By now you can see that I'm partial to athletics. My favorite track and field event is the relay race. It's teamwork and individual effort combined. Plus, it has a built-in cheering squad. I like to see that runner running as fast as they can and then handing off that baton, and the second they hand it off, that runner becomes a cheerleader. The baton transfer and the protection of it is as important as the speed of the runner. Now today, receive this baton we call a diploma from Francis Marion University. Hold it, protect it, run a good race, and Francis Marion University will be cheering for you for the rest of your life. Thank you. God bless you. I love you.
Thank you, Senator Peeler. Before we begin the conferral of degrees this morning, it is my pleasure to announce that honour medallions will be presented to those graduating with university honours during the distribution of undergraduate degrees. Dr. John W. Tuttle, Director of the Honours Program and Professor of English for Francis Marion, will present each recipient with a gold medallion, symbol of academic excellence and achievement. Recipients of the Francis Marion degree with university honours are entitled to wear their gold medallions whenever they have the occasion to appear in academic regalia. And now I call upon the President of the University to come forward. Will the candidates for the Specialist in School Psychology, Master of Arts in Teaching, Master of Science in Applied Psychology, Master of Business Administration, Bachelor of General Studies, Bachelor of Science, Bachelor of Arts, Bachelor of Business Administration, and Bachelor of Science in Nursing degrees, please rise. Mr. President, I am pleased to present these candidates for their respective degrees. Each candidate has completed the required course of study and each has been approved by the faculty.
No, you all rise. You all rise. You got it. By the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees and the faculty for Francis Marion University, I confer upon you your respective degrees with all the rights and privileges pertaining thereto. Congratulations.
I wish to ask Dr. Christopher Kennedy, Associate Provost, Ms. Dolly Newhouse, Registrar, Dr. William P. Waddles, Chair of the Department of Psychology, Dr. Tracy Meets Holcomb, Dean of the School of Education, Dr. Hari Rajagopalan, Dean of the School of Business, to come forward to assist in the presentation of diplomas for the graduate degrees. Will the graduates come forward to receive their diplomas?
Specialist in School Psychology, Heather Marie Causey. Alexandra Lee Farthing. Brianna Savon Gordon. Todd Eric Wilson. Master of Arts in Teaching, Carl Anthony Dukes. Catherine Ann Hughes. Paulette Ellery Weaver Malakar. Lisa LaShawn Sanders. Master of Business Administration, Matthew Braden Lewis. At this time, we present the candidates for the undergraduate degrees. I wish to ask Dr. T. Alyssa Warders, Associate Provost, and Mr. Kenneth W. Jackson, Chair of the FMU Board of Trustees, to assist in the presentation of the diplomas for the undergraduate degrees. Will the graduates please come forward to receive your diplomas?
The College of Liberal Arts, Bachelor of General Studies, Jocelyn Lene Broughton. Jocelyn Marie Gregg. Aaliyah Tiani Pendergrass. Frederica LaQuanta Presley. Bachelor of Science, Dylan Audrey Anderson, cum laude. Blake Allen Avery. Carolyn Lillian Esperanza Bazin. Jade Alicia Bellman. Thomas Jordan Binford. Carlethia Agaya Annabelle Bing. Matthew Ryan Bingham, magna cum laude. William Tyler Boatwright. Shannon Marie Boykin. Joshua Ryan Brigman. Taylor Elizabeth Broach, magna cum laude with university honors. Andrew McKeithen Brown, cum laude. Dietrich Markle Browning. Kelsey Paige Brunson. Clinton Matthew Burgess, Jr. Brianna Krishan Bergens. Javier Bustos Jaimes, magna cum laude. Lauren Elizabeth Bynum, cum laude. Jasmine Simone Camel. Bailey Marie Campbell. Brianna Shantae Karn. Joseph Stefan Carney. Carrie Gabrielle Carter. James Alvin Carter, summa cum laude. Salome Jessica Chavez, magna cum laude. Samantha Chudina. Aaron Cook. Michaela J. Cracknell, cum laude. Destiny Sierra Diana Davenport. David Jacob Dobozinski. Emily K. Dodd. Caitlin M. English. Terry Centel Epps. Jessica Lee Evans. Kristen Elise Ezekiel. Victoria Leandra Felder. Alexis Jaree Fowler. Ashley Marie Gallio. Rhonda Renee Tamman Gandy, cum laude. April Michelle Garrity, summa cum laude. Alexis Carrot Glover. Tiana Lynn Gomez. Kimberly Michelle Gray. Jonathan Kenneth Green, Jr. Paris Lee Halford. Rashad A. Hancock. Kristen Veronica Harrell. Jedediah Daniel Hayes. Joshua Martin Hayes. Sarah Ann Hebler. Brittany Danielle Hine, magna cum laude. Shakira Thais Hepburn. Shawana Tyshayla Heron. Emily Julia Hicks. Sabrina Hilton. Brooke Nicole Holcomb. Tori Derlin Holmes. Hannah Joyce Hooks, magna cum laude. Elena Morgan Hoover. Tyler Tristan Hughes, summa cum laude. Chastity Amanda Inman. Taylor Ann Johnson. Chinatsu Kochi. Angelia Yvonne Larimore. Darius Vashon Lawson, cum laude. Deshauna Lashane Lloyd. Anthony James Lowry, cum laude. Kevin Henry Matthews, cum laude. Larnisha Deandra Matthews. Hunter Sinclair Lamb. Jessica Laney McNeil, cum laude with university honors. Shelby Lene Meek. Matthew Antoine Melton. Abriana Savannah Miles, cum laude. Olivia Julianne Miles, cum laude. Jamia Devana Montgomery. Christina Renee Moore. Elijah Moten III, cum laude. Casey Murakami. Brianna Chantel Murphy. Quantanisha Nesmith. Caleb Wesley Oswalt. Anna Elizabeth Owens. Gassini Pupra Surtsock. Emily Caitlin Piner, magna cum laude. Danisha Laquanja Prince. Andrew Cope Yeager Quattro, cum laude, with university honors. Jasmine Sheree Quillen. Mallory Taylor Reed. Jonathan Bradley Reed. Brittany Nicole Robinson, magna cum laude. Kennedy Lauren Rogers. Paulette Rita Cecile Sarazin. Nicholas Alexander Schuster, cum laude, with university honors. Justin Scott. Arian and Trone Seymour, cum laude. Brandon Dale Shelley. Kaylin Simone Smalls, magna cum laude. Willetta Shakia Smalls. Mercedes K. Smith. Anna Catherine Strickland, summa cum laude. Brittany Stuckey, cum laude. Shondalyn Alexis Timoni. Whitney Nicole Timmons. Kristen Marie Tynes. Nicholas Judson Tomlinson III, cum laude. Gabriella Elizabeth Tronsolito. Letitia Turner. Taekwondria Ane Wright. Marley Bray Young, cum laude. Mary Alice Young. Amber Lynn Zonka. Bachelor of Arts, Preston Laverne Abraham Jr. Abby Lee Adams, cum laude. Asia Abrina Anderson. Mackenzie Arnold, cum laude. Ivory Maria Barnes. Katie Lindsay Bellflower. Kimberly Jane Boswell, cum laude. Griffin Michael Brandt. Devin Christopher Antonio Brannon. Richard Lee Brown III, magna cum laude with university honors. Ilea Catherine Campbell. Kenya Danielle Carson. Rashana Sharnice Chestnut. Sarah Christina Deese, cum laude. Sharveda Fields. Krista Lee Gandy. Shanika A. Glover. Corey P. Hall. Sydney Danielle Hogg. Jenna Catherine Kite, cum laude. Craig Philip King, Jr. Dwayne Edward Joseph Kiles. Margaret Bailey McCall. Ashley Tierra McMillan. Melina Emily Much, summa cum laude with university honors. Humaira Abdul Muqit Abdullah Muhammad. Lauren Danielle Owens, magna cum laude with university honors. Hakishu Rushe Parks. Kathleen Bryn Powell, cum laude. Chelsea Denise Reynolds. Brandon Ryback. Russell David Sawyer. Harrison Francis Smith, cum laude. Joshua Daniel Smith, magna cum laude with university honors. Kennedy Amber Steen, cum laude. Troy Van Allen Tanner, cum laude. Shari Antoinette Tingle. Emily Ella Wachter, summa cum laude. Jordan Lynn Watson. School of Business, Bachelor of Business Administration, Brittany K. Aiken. Relinda V. Ashley. Shayna Elizabeth Bazin. Taylor Ray Brunson. William Christian Burris Durham. Alessandro Caselli, magna cum laude. Mark Joseph Casulo, summa cum laude. Ariana Junelle Chavez Chestnut. Jackson Gabriel Curran, magna cum laude. Jonathan Kent Dotson. Baker Davis Ellerby. Matthew Roger Elliott. Chase Luscious Evans. Daniel Anthony Fox. David Preston Freeman. Bridget Nicole Gainey, summa cum laude. Finney Priscilla Gores, cum laude. Taylor Lorraine Gray, summa cum laude with university honors. Emily D. Greevy. Danica Janelle Damona Guess. Sophia Charlotta Henning, magna cum laude. Zi Ying Hong, cum laude. Donna Gaiman Humphreys. Kenneth Wayne Jackson. Quayshawn DeAndre James. Emily Hope Johnson, magna cum laude. Kiana Ronique Johnson. Joshua Bennett Jordan. Arkanch Cedric Cuomo, magna cum laude. Marie K. Kruger, magna cum laude. Amber Livingston. Stephen Clark Love. Joseph Adam Martin. Shakayla Latisse McCants. Charlton Alexander McCowan. Jalen Brianna McDowell. Samantha Brooke Moody. Wesley Arlen Oakley, cum laude. Bijal Patel. Jakush Hutesh Patel. Taylor Ann Powell, cum laude. Hannah Shea Richardson, cum laude. Wesley Tyler Rollins. Aaliyah Angel Salahuddin. Melissa Sanchez. Levin Sandman, cum laude. Oswaldo Enrique Sarde. Tanisha Michelle Scott. Toki Shomi. Kanisha Sharmu Singletary, cum laude. Luke Aaron Sterling. Noah Andrew Trammell, cum laude. Eliza Desiree Williams. Javon Thomas Williams. Matthew Aaron Wilson. Anna Marie Wintrick, magna cum laude. Ya Ping Yang, magna cum laude. Caitlin Nicole Young. Bachelor of Science, Jonathan Kyle Heath. Krunal S. Patel. Jordan Taylor Powell. Stuart Patrick Wallace, cum laude. School of Education, Bachelor of Science, Kaylin Elizabeth Bouchette, cum laude. Courtney Sue Kunipe, magna cum laude. Jessica Taylor Craig. Marilyn Rose Dean, magna cum laude. Abigail Ruth Derrick, cum laude. Brittany Elizabeth Elliott. Crystal Lynn Ellison, cum laude. Caitlin Baylor Godwin, cum laude. Heather Moore Ivy, cum laude. Lauren Kesley Jackson, cum laude. Mary Cassandra Martin. Meredith McCutcheon McKenzie. Denisha Lachelle Pooler. Stephanie Marie Schimmerhorn. Allison Siobhan Searson, cum laude. Heather Gibson Wilkes. School of Health Sciences, Bachelor of Science in Nursing, Hannah Ashley Adams. Yumiko Nicole Ash. Jessica Dallett Brown. Christina Renee Brown. Jessica Town Tuning. Alexander Taylor Idson. Taylor Lyndon Evans. Lauren Ashley Gainey with University Honors. Sydney Bryn Gandy. Travanda Monisha G. Zachary Bruce Greenwood, cum laude with University Honors. Afariwa Gregg. Cody Allen Grimm. Jessica Samantha Hodges. Callie Nicole Horn. Grayson Andy Hucks, magna cum laude. Adam Sidney Jennings. Ayana Deshawn Johnson. Melissa Marie Jones. Victoria Diane Labonte. Ashley Holmes Martin. Caitlin Nicole McCutcheon. Mary Margaret Meggs. Michaela Sue Morton. Courtney Lee Knuckles, magna cum laude. Sarah Elizabeth Owens. Kendall Small Patton. Christina Brooke Rabin. Andrew Ruiz Jr., cum laude. Brittany Cheyenne Sanders. Ashley Jordan Scott, cum laude. Tanisha Kirail Tart. Regina Lynette Thompson. Emily Caroline Tomlinson, cum laude. Andrea Marie Tyndall. Mary Elizabeth Wall. Leanna Morgan Watts. Lauren Weatherford, Megan Elizabeth Williams, Stormy Jadine Wilson, Renata Monique Wright, Shantae Marie Young, Bachelor of Science, Caroline Elizabeth Alexander, Emily Clara Andrews, Gail Lynn Bullock, Jacob Kenneth Coward, Phoenicia Mikkel Dogans, Janice Renee Eady, Brianna Emanuel, Sheila Ann Ford, Shateria Nicole Gaffney, Botsel Alexander Gasper, Courtney Diane Godwin, Abby Lee Gooding, Whitney Chardonnay Green, Kiesia Charnay Hall, Madison Joyce Hucks, Lauren Arlene Hudson, Victavia Janae James, Laetta Marisa King, Alexandria D. Lewis, Shaquana Tyshayla Moesha McDaniel, Brianna Jarrell McKenzie, Jameson Devin Montgomery, Jakiera Monet Obley, Kara Jasmine Papio cum laude, Daviana Erlene Platt, Gabriel S. Poston, Leandra Renee Redden, Destiny Keandria Robinson, Tierra Danae Scarborough, Tatiana Monique Shannon, London LaShawn Suber, Lakeisha Victoria Townsend, Alacia Japrice Wiggins, Denisha Williams,
Ladies and gentlemen, the class of spring 2018. To the members of the audience, for reasons of courtesy and safety, we ask that you remain seated until the academic procession and all of the graduates have recessed. Following the proceedings, There will be a reception for graduates and guests at the cottage, which is the university's faculty alumni house. Now, as we conclude, a university is only as good as its faculty, and Francis Marion is fortunate to have an outstanding faculty. Graduates, join me in acknowledging the faculty, that group which worked with you over the years. Graduates, please rise, face the faculty, and thank them for all they have done with you and for you. You also have family and friends here today. Graduates, please thank them for the many years of support. And now to give the benediction, Reverend Merritt B. Graves. Reverend Graves.
And now may his amazing grace, his unconditional love, and the peace which passes all understanding abide with each of you today and every day. Amen.
This concludes our Spring 2018 commencement. Please remain seated until all the graduates have recessed.